Hi, you're live with Virus at New Cross, South East London. On a blousy, cloudy Friday lunchtime. And today's edition is called Uroi. Blessed Love. Dedicated to the great man. Also to the New Cross 13 who perished in a house fire right here at this address in 1981. So it'll be a standard format with an informative local history, 3 fine poems, to make you laugh, make you cry, make you sigh, and then the very popular walkabout. Okay. So, New Cross is an area of South East London, England, in the London Borough of Lewisham, SE14 postcode. New Cross Gate, to the west of New Cross, is named, on the west of New Cross, is named after the New Cross toll gate established by the New Cross Turnpike Trust in 1718. The area was originally known as Atcham. The earliest reference to Atcham is in the Domesday Book of 1086 as Atcham, held by the Bishop of Lisseau. Okay. The manor was bought in the 17th century by the Haberdashers Company, a wealthy livery company that was instrumental in the area's development in the 19th century. Okay. Until the creation of the London County Council in 1889, the area was a part of Kent and Surrey. New Cross is thought to have got its name from a coaching house which stood close to the current New Cross House pub. New Cross bus station, or bus garage, was formerly the largest tram depot in London. It opened in 1906, and the last London tram in July 1952 ran from Woolwich to New Cross through enormous crowds. Okay. November 1944. A V2 rocket exploded at Woolworths store in New Cross Road. 168 people were killed. 121 people were seriously injured. It was London's worst bombing of the entire war. August 1977, the Battle of Lewisham did take place. How you doing? You okay? Okay. Where the National Front got beat down and beat up by militant anti-fascist demonstrators and local people. Booyakasha! Okay. January 1981, as mentioned, 13 young black people, teenagers, were killed in the New Cross fire at 439 New Cross Road, where we've just been. Suspicions that the fire was caused by a racist attack, and an apparent indifference to the deaths led to the largest ever political mobilisation of black people seen in Britain. Prominent in organising this was Darcus Howe, big him up. Initially, the police agreed with reports of a racist firebomb attack, with multiple reports, of a man seen running away from the address in the early hours of the morning. Later it was said that the fire started internally, and to this day not a single arrest has been made. Further dislocating the British black community and making their hearts set against the system was when an open verdict later upheld the decision in the High Court. Her Royal Highness, the Queen, Elizabeth, and Maggie Thatcher refused to write a letter of condolence to the families of the children. Both did write a letter to the families of white children who were also sadly perished or killed at a Dublin disco a few months later. What this did was that it fed back to the older generation, black people, and into their lack of enthusiasm for things like the Black Lives Matter initiative. As we have learned that since then, and across decades, including all Stephen Lawrence, that the opposite is in fact true in the UK. Given the facts, black lives don't matter. Given the facts, you know. So, New Cross is a cultural hub. In the 1980s, Goldsmiths Tavern hosted alternative cabaret nights. People like Julian Clary, Vic Reeves. Goldsmiths University Students' Union also had a reputation for putting on big gigs. And bands like the B-52s, the Pogues, Simply Red, Wet Wet Wet. Well, as the communications and entertainment officer for Goldsmiths Africa Caribbean Society, I booked in Commander B and Daddy Ernie from Choice FM Brixton. A big off night, let me tell you. Okay. The Irish owned Harp Club. The Irish owned Harp Club let a night carry on called Flim Flam on every Friday night. It got kind of big. So it led to two Goldsmiths DJs, Alison Webster and Mimi Kems, putting on a specific Indian night on a Friday called Totally Wired. I remember it as well. I didn't go there, but I remembered it. And it went big. So the venue, the place, the Harp was renamed The Venue, you all know that, and it became central to the indie rock Britpop scene. Kind of went big, really. I remember it. And it put on big gigs like Radiohead, Pulp, Squeeze, Suede, Belly and Ocean Colour scene. The area also supports a fledgling student opera company. It's called Opera Gold and it's sponsored by the Goldsmiths University. Yes. Millwall is a local football ground. All right. It was founded in 1885, just up at the Den in Coldblow Lane. It was there till 1993. And then it moved to the new Den off Ilderton Road, just within Bermondsey. And guess what? No one likes them and they don't care. That's it, Millwalls. Okay. Given the proximity of New Cross to Deptford and also to Greenwich, both having very strong maritime traditions and connections, it led to the establishment of the Royal Naval School in New Cross. It was opened in 1843 to house the sons of naval officers. However, it was sold as it moved in 1889, and it sold the building to the Worshipful Company of Goldsmiths, and they in turn handed it over to the University of London in 1904, and it's now Goldsmiths College, which you can see in front of you. Okay, and I'm proud to be a graduate of the actual university myself, and hope to do a broadcast live from the venue soon. Okay. The Kingdom Hall of Jehovah's Witnesses. was the Southeastern London Synagogue, established in 1888 by Ashkenazi Jews who had emigrated to Britain from Eastern Europe. Finally, the Duke of Albany pub, which I remember, some of you may remember it, it's flats now, was the front for the Winchester pub in the film Shaun of the Dead. Okay, so thank you very much, and on to today's first poem. And this one's called Tribute to Uri. Uri. Sorry to hear the news. People already have the blues. Still, so much love did they feel you. Born Ewart Beckford in Jonestown, Jamaica, 1942. He became Uri as his little brother couldn't say his name. But he stuck well, all the same. Well, he stuck well all the same. Born into music, his mother played for the local church choir. He grew up on legends. James Brown, Fats Domino, and especially Louis Jordan. Things took set. Launch as a DJ, 1961. Set belonged to Dickie One, then Sarah Coxon. Atomic Sound and King Tubby, Uriah Flex. First single, 1969, led to a collaboration with Peter Tosh and Lee Scratch Perry. Things are run. 1970, John Holt. Here's Uriah Toast at a dance and set up a meeting. Classics, Wake the Town, and Where You to the Ball followed. Uri fame billowed. Gone Pon Tour, 1972. Albums of Flow. Dread in a Babylon. Natty Rebel, 1976, and Rasta Ambassador get released in Nigeria. Uri Foundation set up Sturgav Sound, named after him, two sons. 1978, bringing in new talent like Ranking Joe and Josie Wales. Uri triumphed when it came to mass appeal. Pop band Blondie covered The Tide is High. Uri gone clear. Ever young, Uri links up with Toots and Maytel, winning 2004 Grammy Awards. Honor bound, he's awarded Order of Distinction by the Jamaican government in 2007 for his contribution to music. Uri Rasta. He did right in 1969 on his second single. That was called Earth's Rightful Ruler, using Amharic Ethiopian text. Kaiber Amyak, glory to Jah. Kudamwi Fatarai, first creator. Tenai Sin Stilging, greetings if me can say it. Plus his 1975 Joyful Locks encourage people to grow dreadlocks. Keep them dreadlocks and grow them from a higher line of reggae statesmen and pioneers like Count Machuki, King Stitt, Sir Lord Comic. Uri, we salute you. We pour out a sea of love. Gone but never forgotten. Legacy run and run. When it come, Down to skip on the mic. You was the one. You have to give thanks, give thanks, give thanks. Okay, straight on to poem 2. And the next poem, second poem, is called Unlucky for Some. So it was in January 1981 in a New Cross. 13 young souls burned to death. Alive. 14, as one more later committed suicide. As you did already guess, not a single arrest. Another familiar fact. All of them were black. There they are. Andrew Gooding, 19. Owen Thompson, 17. Patricia Thompson, 16. Patrick Cummins, 17. Steve Collins, 18. Lloyd Hall, 21. Humphrey Brown, 19. Rosalind Henry, 17. Peter Campbell, 19. Jerry Francis, 18. Glenton Powell, 15. Paul Ruddock, 21. Yvonne Ruddock, the host of the party, 16. Anthony Ruddock, her elder brother, 21. So young, that's so free. I rave up in a boss house party. Then, if you die in such tragedy, burnt alive, nowhere for them to flee. Brothers and sisters die in agony. Well, excuse me. Me I see red, you see. Five-foot mandingo. Never come out in a me. Bring him back in. All that will just add to the sin. Back to 1981, where the inquest had begun. On April 21st, an open verdict was the one. Should have been announced on April the 1st, because it took us for fools that could be bought, especially when that decision was later on upheld in another high court. 2 decades later, a high court ruling set up a second inquest. But yet the 2004 open verdict was even harder to digest. Victims are commemorated in stone in Deptford Park. And today, let us commemorate them into our hearts. All right, thank you. God bless the Deptford 13 and all the people that got hurt in that fire, and all the people in the country that got hurt in their hearts. So, on to today's third and final poem. Okay, and this one is going to lighten the mood, and it's called Mars Bars. 1, 2, 3. Check it, the star. They've really gone too far. In America, people are flinging themselves in front of cars. Yet them a fart boat, a play hitchy and scratchy amongst the stars. Really? This is the good bit on the news. I prefer the kitten up a tree from Alistair Burnett, upon ITV. Some like them fried, some have them frozen. Going to Mars as Earth dies, is that well chosen? Still, who are we to say what it's for? To say what? It's for our benefit, or have you forgot? You can't go to Europe, the USA or Oz. Not even a day trip out in your cars. So instead, TV takes you to Mars. What a neat trick, for which we all did fall. Bit like Arnie in Total Recall. So next time it come up, you'll see the pattern. Look out for announcement depart on Saturn or anywhere amongst the stars. Now you know about Mars bars. Okay, well, thank you very much. And as we come to the end of our show today, I'd like to thank you for your time. It's been a longer show, been away a while, but I've missed you desperately, and I hope that you're all well. There it is, my old college Goldsmiths, where I'm going to be doing a live video as soon as I can get the security clearance. And as usual, before we end, it's time for walkabout. Yes. So I used to go to Goldsmiths College back in the day, but when I was in New Cross, I used to walk back from here and go to the Hall of Residence. Hall of Residence would take me, it would take me around and take me down to past New Cross Gate and all the way through to Deptford and Creek Road, where I used to live in the Hall of Residence. Rachel Macmillan, some great party nights in there. Met some live people. How you doing, guys? You okay? Nice to see you. See you nice. Okay, and it just meant that we used to have some brilliant times in there. Also, I used to be a member of the Caribbean African Student Society. Yeah, so I used to put on big dances. That's right, some big dances. And also behind this area here, and to the left is Ladywell. And then we used to go and have some great times, big house parties. Also, one time I was an old banger, me and my friend Ian McAllister. It was 2001. I was going around the roundabout in the New Cross pub. We were about all 40. I just lost power. Angels guided me to the side there. We both got out to push it to New Cross. My friend said, don't worry, my friend's going around the corner. They'll give us a lift. No money. So, all right, let's do it. 8 hours later, got a lift back to Camberwell. Just selling the car the next morning, boy. Well, there you go. That's a wrap. Thanks for all your time. Big video, big long visit. All the best, over and out from Virus. You know I love you. Virus. Take care, okay?